Besides being susceptible to pest infestations, flowers can also get sick. So, during maintenance, it is important to have disease prevention awareness. Firstly, when selecting flower varieties, we should choose those with good quality and strong disease and insect resistance for planting, so as to prevent pests and diseases from the source. Secondly, when planting flowers, whether watering, ventilation, lighting, fertilization, and other aspects, special attention should be paid. At the same time, rural hygiene and weed management cannot be ignored. When plants suffer from pests and diseases, it is important to remove and burn the diseased leaves and branches to prevent further transmission. Taking roses as an example, let's learn about common diseases and their prevention and control. 1.
Downy mildew.
It is more common from April to June, and the cause of the disease is often excessive humidity.
Downy mildew
Mainly harms the leaves of roses, and infected leaves appear as brown spots. Prevention and control methods. After contracting downy mildew, rose leaves should be removed and destroyed as soon as possible. At the same time, fungicides should be sprayed for prevention and control. In daily prevention, attention should be paid to maintaining good ventilation and preventing excessive humidity. 2. Gray mold. It is more common in spring and autumn, when there is a large temperature difference between day and night. It mainly harms rose leaves and flower buds. When the leaves are infected with gray mold, brown spots resembling water stains appear at the tips and edges of the leaves, smooth and slightly sunken, and then expand and rot. When the flower buds are infected with gray mold, red spots appear on the petals. Prevention and control methods. Gray mold should be mainly prevented, and preventive measures such as carbendazim and
Zinat
can be used. After onset of the disease, infected flower buds and leaves should be promptly removed and treated with drugs such as sancitaxel.
and carbendazim.
3. Leaf blight mainly occurs on leaves, manifested as yellow small spots in the early stage of infection, then rapidly expanding inward into irregular large spots. When severely affected, the leaves can dry up to 2/3 of the entire leaf until the main leaf dries up and falls off. Prevention and treatment methods. Leaf blight can be treated with fungicides, such as carbendazim and
Cresoxymethoxy.
4. Anthrax disease. In the early stages of the occurrence of charcoal maggot disease, irregular shaped light green patches appear on the leaves, then expand into yellow-brown and dark purple, and finally turn into gray-brown, with darker edges. When new shoots and flowers are infected, the lesions are similar to those on the diseased leaves, but the lesions on the shoots are slightly sunken. In severe cases, the leaves shrink and fall off, and the new shoots rot and die. Prevention and control methods. To prevent coal maggot disease, attention should be paid to maintaining ventilation. After the disease occurs, infected leaves should be removed in a timely manner, and then treated with spraying
with metalaxyl or Zinat.
5. Black spot disease. It is caused by fungal infection. after infection on the leaves, petals, tips, young branches, and flower stems of roses, and is prone to black spots, yellowing, and even shedding. Black spot disease mainly occurs when the temperature is high and there is a lot of rain from June to September. It is also prone to occur in spring when there is a lot of rain. Prevention and control methods. The prevention and control of black spot disease is relatively simple and can be prevented with methyltryptamine or
CNAT.
If you do not want to use drugs for prevention, you can use the method of covering with plastic film to prevent the production of black spot disease spores. Do not let it go, as it can lead to death in severe cases. 6. Powdery mildew. It mainly occurs from April to June and September to October, when the air humidity is high. Powdery mildew, like black spot disease, is a fungal disease. When roses are affected with powdery mildew on their leaves, tender buds, and flower buds, white powder will appear. In severe cases, the leaves turn yellow and fall off, affecting the normal growth of roses and causing flower buds to wither. Prevention and control methods. The occurrence of powdery mildew is mainly due to high or air humidity. Therefore, maintaining a well-ventilated and relatively dry environment can effectively prevent the occurrence of powdery mildew. When the disease has not yet occurred, it can be prevented with
CNAT.
If powdery mildew infections have been found, the infected leaves should be cut off first, and then sprayed with
Myclobutanil
and
cresoxime mesop.
when used
Myclobutanil
and either
cresoxime mesop
for treatment
CNAT.
or a small amount of soapy water should be added to enhance the adhesion of the medication. The prevention and control of plant diseases and pests should focus on prevention, and it is particularly important to avoid the spread of diseases caused by pollution sources. In addition, targeted measures must be taken to prevent and treat in a timely manner. Bodial mixture, formaldehyde water, carbendazim, thiosulfate, dibromochloroprene, and tobramycin can be sprayed on plants to prevent and control the occurrence of pests and diseases from the root.